Well, I got this Merc 200 here, and yesterday I timed it. And I didn't really film any of this because I was just trying to get it done. I probably should film it. And I come back and film how to time it. You know, I don't know. But you gotta use a dial indicator. And a bunch of these 200s were different. Like one had, you had points. This one you have a CDI or a capacitor discharge, but there's there's obviously an alternator in here, and then there's a trigger. But we don't have we don't have like a voltage regulator to recharge your battery. It does have the old starter, which is next almost impossible to find. It wasn't working. I guess they'd taken this downtown to have it serviced and rebuilt or something, and they got it back. So what I've figured out on that one is because I mean, you can't find these starters. They're completely, like, you can't find them. So what I did was I got to thinking about this because it just kept kind of coming to the bottom of the flywheel and then really wouldn't engage. So I took it in there and I took the Bendex up, kind of took some vice grips and a rag and held it, and I backed the screw off. I think somebody had put the screw all the way down and it needed to be adjusted. So this is a lock washer. I mean, it ain't coming off. Can't really see it right now because I got it on, but it's just a regular Bendex that goes up to engage the flywheel. So now, anyway, the short of it is it's engaging with the flywheel now, and it's acting perfect, which is amazing because, like I said, you can't find these. There might be a couple old marine yards that might have some, but then what shape are they in? I guess if you could find one that was, that was maybe, maybe it didn't work and you could have somebody rebuild it. But anyway, so starters are hard to find, extremely hard to find. And if somebody knows where I can get one, well, then I would love to get one because, like I said, they're hard to find. I've got a couple of 20s, and everybody, who wants to pull out a rope? That's my thing. I get it. Like that little 6 horsepower Johnson, it's not too bad. But once they're out of time or something, and you're sitting there pulling on a rope, pulling on a rope. But I got it to run, but it times out. It dies out. So it's like it goes lean, and then it dies out. So first I thought maybe the timing was drifting, and that's why it was dying out. But now I'm at the carburetor stage. There's definitely something going on with the carburetor. Like it stays tight. Like right now it's tight. I could probably fire it up. So is it the fuel pump? See, this carburetor has a fuel pump on the side of it, and it was leaking, but I fixed that. It has this. Somebody didn't do this right. So I have, I've got to get this anyway. I have, if I can. It's really looking on there. And it's really hard to push that dude up there. So I got to disconnect it from the battery. And I have to get the front plate off in order to get into the carburetor. As Pterodactyl says it, how does he say it? Carburetor. I guess because he's got the fake teeth up there. If you guys haven't seen his channel, he's pretty funny. But he's great at small engines. We can take the starter out and lay out some tools. And I got a battery down here, but I got it disconnected. Some of the stuff I'll need. We'll start with taking the. We'll take this starter back out. It's just got a solenoid. It's over here on top of the engine. Yeah, I don't know, man. I can't wait for somebody to come knock on my door, ask me about vaccinations. So I got a great line for them. And that's, it's my body, it's my choice. I mean, I've been hearing that for years. So, I don't care if they get mad. I ain't buying what they're selling. And you know, like, yeah, I ain't buying what you're selling. Now, if it ends up like the polio vaccine, and 20 years from now we find out, yeah, it was effective or whatever, then maybe, you know, a guy might consider it. But I ain't doing it. You know, I'm careful. I wash my hands. I don't think it is what they're trying to say it is. But that's me. That's my choice. Now, as far as I don't know. I usually talk about this stuff on my channel, but it's ridiculous. So anyway, I got the starter out. I'm gonna go put this in the house or in the garage, because anyway, that's my funny way of how I'm gonna deal with the situation. Oh man. The guy over there in the neighborhood, he cracks me up. He's got the dogs over there. Every morning you hear him going, "Hey!" You know, it's just hilarious. I just take the rewind starter off. Gonna take, dang it. Doing this backwards. Probably should get out my gun, but I'm not big on those guns and these little engines because it strips out the bolts. And I'll show you what I mean by that here in a second. See, like some of these, like this really should have a lock washer. And I haven't put any on them yet until I get this right. I can go back and put lock washers on everything. Yeah, there's this one. A couple that has little notches. That one you gotta use a wrench. This one you can go underneath with it because it's got a notch on top. But this one's stripped out. So I got in my arsenal and see if I got another bolt for it. It's also missing a washer. I mean, it's fine working the way it is, but it does need a washer. Okay. Take a good look at that. It'll see right here. The threads are kind of. So probably somebody over tightened it here. or they used a gun or something. I don't know. Probably over tightened it. But it only goes to, about here, and then it's dead. So I have to find another one of these and replace it. That's a pretty common bolt, honestly, on Mercury, so not a big deal. The main one really is back here. So there's another 1/2 inch back here. And that needs a washer as well. Alright. That comes off. And then a rewind start, or a rewind rope, and that comes off. This is one I had to repair. So anyway, that gets us to there, and now to get our front plate off, first thing I'm going to do is disconnect my trigger lights. So we got white and brown. Canvas of that. White from the triggers going to white to the input of the switch box, and then brown from the triggers going to brown on the switch box. Your orange wire is a kill wire. So like if you put a kill switch somewhere, you could hook that up and kill it. I would recommend it. You could put a kill switch somewhere. This is your starter. Looks like they replaced that. It kind of looks like a generic, but it works. So I'm gonna mess with that. I'm gonna take these both off, put my screws back where I found them. That's just a terminal block. I mean, they could have made this push-pull, but I guess that's the way they designed it, so. And we're at 7/16 up here. Let's do that. Yeah, my body, my choice. And I'm sure they would just be like, what? Oh, and they'd give me the whole spiel of how I need to go get the vaccine, and I need to do this, and I need to do that, and I'd have to run them off and say, look, man, I'm going to go do what I'm going to go do, and you go do what you're going to go do, But don't come knocking on my house trying to sell me something. I'm not a kid, People can fend for themselves. The people that don't, I don't know if they're just the people that think they got to get something for nothing or what, or it's owed to them. Man, I've had to work my ass off my entire life, and I don't have crap. I got what I got, but, if I followed everything that the government told me to do, man, I'd be freaking broke. I wouldn't have what I have. Half-inch bolt, take these off. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think most people, man, that's really out there. I just want my trash picked up. I'm sure if I post this, YouTube will hate it.